Welcome to FootballGameplan.com, where football makes sense. I'm Emery Hunt, the czar of the playbook. Bring you our NFL Week 5 preview between the New England Patriots and the Cincinnati Bengals. Now let's take a look at some keys to victory for both teams, starting with the Patriots.
Last week, the Patriots receivers stepped up in a big way, and that's a good thing moving forward as they're going to start getting guys like Amendola and Gronkowski back in the lineup at a later date. But I think the running game will have to be able to go this week versus the Bengals, and I like what I see in the backfield with both Ridley and Blunt. They bring to the table something different. Ridley has that burst, and Blunt has underrated vision and very good footwork for a big man. Offensively, the Pats' pass defense played well when it counted. They were able to bend without breaking, and that approach can't work this week versus a team with a lot more athleticism at both the receiver position as well as the tight end position. And those linebackers will also have to play a huge role in the passing game, more so than what happened last week versus Atlanta. They're going to really have to raise their level of play this week versus the Bengals. Now let's move over to Cincinnati in this ball game, and offensively for the Bengals, they have to first make this a horizontal game before going vertical. They actually have the pieces to beat the Patriots at their own game. The one thing or two things that are quiet anchors to offensive success is number one, consistency from Andy Dalton, and number two, the pop from the running game with Ben Jarvis Green Ellis getting the bulk of the carries. Defensively for the Bengals, they may get back Leon Hall, which would be a significant boost to the secondary, and it'll allow them to be a little bit more creative in their coverages and how they match up versus the Patriots passing game. But mission number one is getting to Brady, and the pressure has to come from within. So look for defensive line coach Jay Hayes and defensive coordinator Mike Zimmer to find creative ways to get Atkins some opportunities on the inside.
In order for the New England Patriots to have some success versus the Cincinnati Bengals, they're going to have to win in the red zone near the goal line. I think right here what we're going to draw up is a pick play that offenses love to run to create that rub, that natural rub between the defender as well as the two wide receivers, and that way they can get what they want out of this play. So what we're going to do right here, you see the spacing that's always involved. Let's just say this is the hash marks, and here's the goal line. So let's erase this right here. So let's just say this is the goal line, and here's what we're going to do. You see we widen out this wide receiver. He's essentially running a clear out route just to take the cornerback with him up the field, because this is where the action is going to be between the inside receiver and the tight end. So we're going to bring the tight end in motion, and you want to snap the ball outside leg of the tackle. So this is key because he's shooting to the quick out. And this is Tom Brady's first read. Why? Because we have the inside receiver running up and settling down right there. So if he sees this guy buzz out with this quick out, then he's going to hit the stick route right there. Hopefully this guy can turn up the field, make a play, and get in the end zone. Otherwise, if he sees this guy settle underneath the stick route, then you want to hit this quick out, and hopefully he can get upfield and make a play. Running back is going to block there. Brady short waggle to either hit the stick or the speed out. So you see where it could put this guy that's covering the slot receiver in the bind. And that's one play that offenses love to run in the red zone, creates that natural rub. Defenses hate it because it's a legal pick that the referees would never call if this guy keeps moving toward the line of scrimmage as if he's trying to work his way open instead of just trying to pick off this guy. But it's just one great play in the red zone that offenses can use to get desired results. And I think the Patriots can have some success this week versus the Bengals linebackers or slot corner, whomever's going to line up outside this guy, whomever this guy is going to be, whether it be a tight end, fullback, running back, receiver. This slot guy will be put in a bind with this legal pick play. One of the things the New England Patriots love to do is to confuse the defense in the passing game with natural picks and rubs. So what the Cincinnati Bengals can do this week is communicate in the secondary well and also pass guys off. I'm going to show you one thing the Patriots love to do and what the Bengals can do to pass guys off and better read the patterns on the fly. We're going to run the running back out in the flat. We're going to bring the outside receiver in on a slant, and we're going to send the tight end on a flag route. You see where it can confuse the defense and they can get bundled up in the wash and create the natural pick that they want. Now on the backside, we're going to have the wide receiver run a square in, and we're going to send the slot receiver on the quick out. Now, here's how the Bengals can effectively communicate and pass guys off. You want the outside receiver to not even worry about the running back attacking the flat as well as the receiver going in on the slant. You want him to work depth underneath this flag route by the tight end because we have the safety in the hole. His job is to take the flat defender, which will be the quick out by the running back, and we're going to have the linebacker step up and close in on the crosser. That's how you communicate right there strong side. So we have everybody covered. No one's following anyone other than the safety whose job is to cover the flat. So he's going to take the running back. So you take away the 3 options strong side. We have the safety still in the middle of the field, playing the hole just in case anything comes across the middle. So he's fine here. Now weak side, where we have the nickel guy, his job is to work up underneath this in route and close in on the flat. Cornerback is closing in over top this in route, and we have the backer drifting in his zone and walling off the inside. So you really squeeze this in route. You have the nickel guy getting a good inside release, then pushing out hard to the flat. So you really have everybody covered. Tom Brady will essentially have nowhere to go with the football. Probably is going to hit the quick out for a minimal gain. So that's how the Bengals can communicate in the secondary, pass guys off on the outside, and that way on the inside they can really take away what Brady wants to do throwing the football.
The X factor for the Patriots will be defensive tackle Joe Villano, an undrafted rookie free agent who's very good in his own right, was an excellent player at Maryland. I was surprised he went undrafted, but here's a guy that's going to step in for Vince Wilfork, who's out for the season with an injury. Now, they're not going to ask him to be Vince Wilfork, but they will ask him to step up and be stout versus the run and also get interior push versus the pass. The X factor for Cincinnati will be their tight ends. I like what they bring to the table with both Jermaine Gresham and also the rookie Tyler Eifert. I think they have the advantage versus the linebackers and safeties of the New England Patriots, and this is a battle that they're going to have to win in order to have success offensively. Now, here are some coaching points for both teams in this ballgame. For the Patriots, you have to win the battle versus the tight ends. I just talked about this before with the Bengals X factor. That is the key battle on defense the Patriots have to win in order to win the game. And you want to locate and isolate on offense. When you see guys like James Harrison or Taylor Mays out there during passing situations or in passing situations, that's where you want to go with the football. And I would also keep that offensive line on the move in the running game. Move those guards left to right and create the space in the lane for a guy like Stephen Ridley to burst through a hole and perhaps get big gains on the ground. Now, for the Bengals in this ball game, you want to test the Patriots' interior defensive line. I just made a great case for Joe Villano being a solid player, but you want to see how solid he is versus the running game. So I would test the interior defensive line versus the run. And also, you look at guys like Mohamed Sanu and Marvin Jones. They're going to have to step up this week versus the Patriots and win those battles out there on the flanks. If the Patriots decide to bracket AJ Green, they're going to force Sanu and Jones to make plays. And you want to slow play Edelman in the slot. When I'm talking about slow play, I'm talking about waiting till he crosses the outside shoulder of the offensive tackle before you decide to chase him. Otherwise, you're going to find yourself getting beat on a pivot route or a turn route, something like that. So you want to slow play him until he crosses face of the tackle. Then you trust your athleticism and bring him down at or near the line of scrimmage. I like the Bengals in this ballgame. I don't think the Patriots match up well defensively versus Cincinnati. I think they'll be able to take advantage of the individual matchups on the inside with the tight ends, and that will open things up on the outside for AJ Green. And this is the type of game the Bengals will win. They'll beat the Patriots, but next week they'll lose to Fresno State. So I think the Bengals will win this ballgame because they do match up very well versus New England. And I also want to give a huge shout out to Bengal fan forums and Patriot fan forums for always showing football game plan support.